But Orianna, Rumble, Rel, Jarvan, it's a hard game to play as a Yunara, and you don't have the extra support of like a Lulu or something backing you up.
I'm also a little worried about the lane matchups here with the Corki for Ruler, with Chovy on the Orianna. I know we've seen that Annie picked into it. Kenyon has actually been on the same side the whole time, and that was, again, the biggest difference in the last series these two teams faced, was that Canyon had basically no early impact, whereas Cuz was winning multiple lanes as Chovy.
Oh, the flash in from BDD is in comes Cuz, throws the buckler at the back of his head, and down goes Chovy for first blood. Towards these grubs as they spawn. Canyon and Duro in the area. Level 6 for Duro as well. As the hook comes on through, they're engaging onto the Rel. I don't know whether it's the best choice, as Cuz is just going to evict Chovy from the fight. Now Canyon's in trouble, as Doctom doesn't have a Slurkle anymore, but in goes Duro, and he will fall down. But the trade is there immediately. In the meantime, Perfect is there towards the bottom side of the map, and the 1-for-1 isn't too bad if Peter does stay alive, and that will indeed be the case. Still, the Grubs go over to Gen.G, and they'll claim their prize.
He's not really in position to contest.
Yeah, we do have Cuz moving over, as they do clear out the vision in the back of the pit here, but Gen.G 4-man strong will be able to take this one by the looks of things. We'll see whether Cuz can find a bit of an angle, but Chovy not going to get slammed against a wall, and it is just going to be the first two objectives going over to Gen.G without too much of an issue here, as now Gen.G finding an angle towards Peter on the bottom side of the map. Magnustorm comes in, flash out from Peter, but he still gets pulled back in. You're here, you're in the Inspire Arena, have a look around.
I should feel inspired.
Yep,
yes.
To make sure that we are paying as much attention, no susture at all, okay? We need to channel away from that.
Possible dive.
Yeah, bit of an angle here for KT. Let's see where the Ruler is going to be all right. As there's the flash forward. Good flash away as the depth charge not going to be avoided, but down comes Gen.G, and out goes Peter via the death chamber. That was beautifully played there by Ruler. With that Ghost is now Perfect, teleporting in. And they're not wanting to give away feats of strength for free.
Look at BDD on the flank.
Looking to throw a bear at them. Let's see what happens here as second dragon. Oh, the flash in from Peter. They're looking for Ruler, who does get knocked up. And the Cataclysm comes down, but the Rel's already dead. Out goes the Jarvan. Peter is traded, but now Keen's in an awkward spot. And Doctom is free hitting. BDD gets on top of Chovy, and Doctom just flashes for it. Now Perfect's dashing around this fight as Keen flashes away. It's Cuz locks down the dragon, and Gen.G, they do secure an even kill trade, unless Cuz is able to make this one a problem, and never mind, it's a problem for Cuz. Down he'll go, and Gen.G will actually win the fight, even though they lost the Drake. Anyway, Slurkle comes out, doesn't find the target here, as Doctom with first item and a half now completed. Cull cashed in there as well, but it's a 2-0-3 Corki here, and we know Ruler can really get some things done with this champion. Rift Herald has been started, and Gen.G, oh man, they are all grouped up and ready to go. Equalizer goes down first as Cuz gonna get interrupted on the ult. He does slam Canyon against the wall, as now BDD looking for Chovy off to the side. Perfect execution to come on through there, as it's public, but it's also Perfect playing the champion, so I reckon we'll count it.
The smite steal.
And now Gen.G's routed. They have the Herald, they slam it down mid immediately, so even though it's a 1-for-1, the fact that Gen.G get a Herald and then immediately go towards mid and get this impact from it, they feel so good about the outcome of this play.
Yeah, 2,000 gold in an instant, the blink of an eye. And that is going to be locked down there, as we do have feats of strength also over to Gen.G at the same time. KT will be able to answer with this top lane outer turret being taken by PDD, so that is going to help them at least mitigate that gold lead.
Is going to be very strong.
I do kind of love that KT can both have their own fans with elevated heartbeat, but also do jump scares.
To get back to this fight, and Canyon's just caught out of position. Gets knocked up, just thrown around like a ragdoll, and down he will go. Another kill to Doctom and Otacon going to KT. The pendulum, it do be swinging here at the Inspire Arena.
To secure the objective as well, and Gen.G, they will trade for some turrets in return, so it's not as a one-sided play as it could be.
That interrupts it, and that's also going to be the next dragon going over, and KT really pushing back here in terms of control of the map.
And that's the thing, is that Gen.G has a slight gold lead, but that's with the fact that they've taken a lot of structures, a lot of towers.
Yeah, as Blastcone going to deliver Cuz into a lot of open arms of Gen.G, and he's going to be taken down pretty comfortably here. Duro going to be the one to collect the kill, and Keen also taking a turret on the other side of the map. And yeah, it was looking okay for KT. It's stopped.
Wait, they're turning it around.
BDD, yeah, he's teleporting up towards
Oh.
Keen here, looking for a little bit of an angle. Down from a fight, even though perhaps they should be.
Banana brush?
Yeah, they're going to get control of it this time around, but Gen.G already starting off this dragon. Perfect, looking for an angle towards Keen. They do spy the Rumble lurking in the back of that pit as the equalizer into the banana brush, doing absolutely nothing at all. Perfect getting on top of Keen here, but the Poppy ultimate is going to get avoided. Somehow it's Ruler that takes down the dragon. Is Perfect able to dash his way out. BDD's been exhausted, and Duro gets on top of him. The Annie executed immediately, and KT just cannot do damage in this fight. Down go 3, and Doctom just gonna have to walk away from this one. Man manages to dash away from Canyon, but Keen probably not going to let him leave. The Harpoons looking for him, but he doesn't even need them. Unable to dash over that wall. Down goes Doctom, and Gen.G, I think, just won the game.
And in a fight where KT, I think, needs to be laser focused on taking down Ruler, they didn't even get his sons.
Yep, didn't even get near him. He was just free hitting, gets a triple kill there, and I think it was a fight they really didn't need to take, and a fight they're now going to regret having gone for with a Baron.
Task is Canyon, you can see just lurking, seeing whether it is going to be a dive opportunity. They are just able to tank this one up though, and down will go the inner. One last one remaining towards that bottom side.
Yeah, they are not
down 5.
They're not a good team against Baron.
Oh, God.
Taking poke from the Corki as well, and the towers are just dying to the cannon minions.
Yep, and there's 2 that are already set up here, so this inhibitor is well and truly dead. Keen just ushering in another wave towards this mid lane, and that's already 50% done. KT, they have to do something, otherwise passively, their whole base is just going to blow up. Place potentially made out of rocks.
I don't think he's in this movie, guys.
Oh, okay. He's been in quite a few of them, though. It's pretty surprising. Gen.G.
Building towards Void Staff now.
Yep.
Because he's not being threatened. And yeah, even it's hard to imagine anyone getting picked off with the tools available right now.
This is the hill that they're going to do their last gasp on. BDD looking for a bit of an angle here as Doctom is scary. The hook to come on out, but Keen just eats it with the Zhonya's. So no flash here for Peter. Chovy looking for a window, does find it. Another hook is going to connect. Peter does find the knock-up on the Canyon and manages to make his way out. And there's the ulti. Will connect onto Keen now that he doesn't have that. Zhonya's the flash forward. There's the public execution. But Chovy goes golden as well. And now it's Duro's turn to get in there. Still, they don't have a lot of the tools. And Chovy will be taken down. BDD in trade immediately.
Oh, no!
But Doctom, can he actually get it done? The answer is no, because Ruler is unfortunately still alive for KT fans. And yeah, that 1v1 ain't gonna be one you're gonna win there, Doctom. It's a quadra for Ruler, and Cuz will deny the penta.
We'll see if Ruler cares more about the penta.
Of course he does.
Yeah, I don't know whether the penta still exists, but we'll see whether he can get it. Unofficial pentakill there from Ruler as he takes down the Nexus.
Like, once he gets his items, that's going to be tough. I think KT's composition, they do have an incredibly strong, like, level 6 spike across the board. I think that the Nico, Akali, and Zeri angle, I really like.
As BDD feeling a little less hypey in this lane for the moment. 5-point strike will connect there onto Chovy. And there is the dragon going down. Hextech going to be the second one. So could be some doozy dragons as far as our soul is concerned. Hopefully not another ocean.
It wasn't Doctom because he wasn't using his Q, but oh, do you see Canyon and Keen moving over for Cuz?
Yeah, good sidestep here from Cuz. Does get pulled back by the Infernal Chains, but puts down the kennel for Keen. BDD now into the Shroud, and they're looking to lock down 2 of these grubs. We'll see whether KT can actually do that as they're waiting on this smite cooldown momentarily. Canyon moves on in. He should be able to get this second one. And we'll see whether Gen.G decide to stick around as Keen. Still at about 50% health, but he is Aatrox. Doesn't quite have the broken item yet, but does, of course, just have his passive.
Yeah, Cuz is going to have his smite sooner, so I think Gen.G knew they just had to kind of back away on that one. As long as they're getting the one grub to deny, they're kind of okay with not fully contesting when they don't need to. Oh,
BDD going in, does throw down the ulti here. Doesn't hit the backflip, but now BDD underneath the turret, and it's Chovy that outplays it!
forced him out of lane. I still have my flash.
I was honestly
Unfortunately, it didn't
expecting it, and then he went back in.
Then he fully committed.
Oh, Peter looking for the Pop Blossom, doesn't get it onto Ruler. The spell shield's fantastic. Does still manage to land the Tangle Barbs, though, as now Doctom going aggro towards Duro here. He flashes away, but the slow connects onto Ruler. Great sidestep from Peter there, as well as it's now Duro in trouble, and Doctom picks up the kill. The sidesteps were pretty nice, but not enough.
And this is just the power of the level 6 from the Zeri. That being said, coming in.
Yeah, teleport to come on through here as they're looking to try and turn it, standing their ground as they maybe shouldn't have. Flash out there from Doctom as now BDD going aggro once again. Sliding over the wall though, Jet Set Radio future style is Doctom, and he is able to get himself to safety.
Ultimate combo from this Nico and Zeri really needs to be respected in the 2v2. Now look at this team fight.
Yeah, Dragon's going to be equalized here as pay attention please, Orcs. Interruption on the Weave as well, fantastic. Has Chovy down very low once again, has to use that flash immediately as soon as it comes back off cooldown. This game's still exceptionally close, but Gen.G slowing down that Dragon stacking.
Resources, trying to see if they can find anything, but KT, we said going into this, coming out of the draft, they needed momentum with his composition. Oh no.
Yeah, there's the flick onto Peter immediately. Gets quickness up though, and the charm is going to hold him in place long enough for that Nico to just have no option for. Duro moving in, BDD wanting to backflip his way over this wall, but it's getting dicey. Does get on over. Megacone is going to be there as well as the Rift Herald down to 50% health. KT had already started this one up. Teleport in from Perfect. He's going to have to land this engage if they want to stand a chance. As Canyon goes in, manages to take the Rift Herald here. The knock up onto the Scion, who's being thrown around like a ragdoll, and now Keen finds the back line. The flash over the wall from Perfect, but he's out of the fight. Pop Blossom does nothing at all. And the Weaver's Wall comes in. Perfect somehow actually utilizing it quite well, but it's the Zeri that goes down first. Canyon sacrifices himself, and now Chovy is behind enemy lines claiming all the flashes. And that fight was almost 100% Gen.G.
Fight from KT.
Well, we might see another one here, or at least an attempt, as Seismic Shove connects onto Perfect. He is in a lot of trouble. Infernal Chains pull him back in. When becomes Lightning doesn't find the mark here as BDD on a flank angle. Does get that Shroud down. Now Ruler in trouble as Cuz gets on top of him, but Perfect is going to be the first one to go down. Just front to back here from Gen.G as Ruler claims the first kill. Doctom sliced in half by the full health Keen. And yeah, that problem that you posed earlier, Chronicler, we're seeing the answer is there's nothing. There's no option. As maybe if he's not there, then there's a possible kill onto Ruler. Oh! He's going to be able to avoid the Shuriken, but...
Gonna go for Keen. Doctom needs to be in range to do damage, and Keen is already so far. The cleaver is done!
Yeah, no, that's absurd. 2 items have been completed as Chovy drives on in, doesn't find the Seismic Shove, but they will be able to find this first turret. And Gen.G, they would have got more feats of strength, but they already had claimed them. 5.
Particularly at this point, particularly at this specific moment in time.
Yeah.
It's like the spookiest point of the movie.
And yeah, it's spooky as well because there is a hiding Zeri. Is now Chovy going to get knocked up, and that is another kill going over to Doctom. That is a lot of money for him as well.
This time around, 770 gold went to Doctom, so big influx for the Zeri. Should have second item completed.
Yeah, knock up onto Cuz here as Keen finds the angle, and Subjugate is not going to keep him alive, although it is at least trying. Yeah, tried to make that one work. Sundered Sky, an item not broken enough to save him.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of paddles.
Decide they're just going to instead run away as the Otacon is just going to be taken for free.
And the thing is, it was going to be a trade, right? Bottom lane, they got the tier 1, they were going for the tier 2. They're like, look, we give up Otacon, but we get a big influx of gold for the Zeri. Gen.G deny that. Now you're trading that bot lane tier 1 for the top lane tier 1, and you just get Otacon for free, essentially.
It's even started. And Shuriken backflip not going to connect onto Chovy once again. This Dragon down relatively low. We'll see whether they can steal it away because he just can't get in. And it is just going to be secured here by Gen.G. Now Perfect trying to run away. Does break the chains that bind. I just don't know whether that's going to be enough as the wall will be put up. And not going to be followed through on as Gen.G. They can just back away if they would like to. BDD, good backflip out of the way of Duro here, as now Keen possibly out of position as he does go into that World Ender state, and now the train is going to connect Pop Blossom onto 2. Can Keen actually die? The answer is no, ladies and gentlemen, because he is just too massive. Cuz gonna go down as well, and if you're ever gonna kill him, it was gonna be there. So for the rest of the game, I think Keen's just immortal.
It was a 10%!
Gen.G turn the fight around, and engage from Peter doesn't have the follow-through, and Gen.G looks like they're going to be winning this game too.
Oh my god, Keen. Okay, well,
No, Keen's there! Get away, KT!
yeah, unfortunately,
No!
the certification office is now closed, and BDD is stuck inside his blue buff pit. And now Keen looking for a bit of an angle. The solo Pop Blossom comes in. BDD, a bit of burst damage, but the Baron is going to be secured. And KT are just trying to cut their losses. Their losses will be Cuz at least, but Perfect likely to go down as well. Megacone going to be helping out here as Dr. barely avoids the Wind Becomes Lightning, but I just don't know whether that is even going to be enough as he slides over the wall. Canyon taking a bit of damage. I have to say that, no matter what.
Expectations are getting really low, right?
Yep. No one is enthusiastic. Let's just say that.
No, don't do it. Guys, you can't beat him.
Trying to kill Keen is a good test.
Hey, at least Dr. has Infinity Edge now, so he does some damage.
They have the
3-item
Oblivion
spike.
That's something.
That is. They don't have inhibitor turrets. Oh, apart from the top one. That's something. All right, KT, last-ditch effort. We said the last one was a Hail Mary. I don't know what the next level is. I think I got to Hail Mary too quickly because they have another opportunity to do a thing that is like a last gasp. You know, maybe that's what it is. All right, wall is going to be put up. That does get the Trundle out of there, but that is just buying Gen.G the space to take down this inhibitor.
Canyon's 3 levels higher.
Oh, they're going for it. Let's see whether the raid boss can actually be taken down. They haven't killed the ads though, and unfortunately that means that the raid boss is all that more powerful. You have to do the mechanics. KT is Dr. going to get punished. Goes for a bit of a skate through the turret, but unfortunately he's out of the fight. PDD now looking for a little bit of an angle, but Perfect is going to be torn to shreds. And the Nexus turrets will be next to go down. We won't see the revolting Aatrox with Chemtech Soul because unfortunately the Nexus is going to die beforehand. Duro having a little bit of a party on the fountain.
Canyon, no!
Canyon is tanking up an inner turret for some reason and is still able to kill PDD. Please put them out of their misery, and Gen.G will. They go to match point here in this best of 5, and I hazard a guess to say that they're looking like the favorites in this series.
To me, whenever it's a Ziggs comp, I know that this isn't really a poke comp, right? It's much more dive bolstered by Ziggs, but they have not 1, not 2, but effectively 3 long-range engage tools.
We've also got the junglers fighting. There's fighting all over the place. Is now Keen looking for a bit of an angle to flash away, and Keen also going to be flashing here as now you got a Zenith Blade in, and Canyon is looking to die, but the heal comes on forward. He goes back. The triple pulverize is good, but it's a punch to come through for first blood. Still, the counter punch is better as Gen.G take down 2.
The heal was so clutch to keep Canyon alive just a little bit longer, bait them in, and now
oh god, Dr. dead as well.
Has to
He has to flash to get over the wall. So Duro, oh my, what is it with this guy in game 3?
And he gets, what, 2 flashes?
Huh? Well, what can he get now is the question, as there is a knock up onto Keen. He gets out. Keen is the one that's now in a little bit of trouble. No flash available. Will get slowed down. And I don't think, oh, never mind. Keen surviving for a while. Cuz will be taken down though, as it's a 1-for-1 on the top side for Dr.
Yeah, Dr. not having a fun time with the 1v1, and especially now that Ruler has the Boots of Swiftness, it becomes so much harder to hit your skill shots onto him. And Ziggs, he's all skill shots.
Didn't quite work out. Dragon has now been started here by Gen.G as well. The tree just getting to work on that one. That will be secured. Oh, Infernal to come up next.
Where they need it to be. So actually, I want to see KT keep going for these fights, right? This composition has a lot of built-in power just with the ultimates, the single target lockdown, and the power of like Dominus, the Ziggs ult. So really just try and push as much as you can. So I'm happy to see them go for the grubs here.
I think as well, you can play into skirmishes because I feel like for Gen.G, you know, if you end up in a scenario where you're fighting top jungle, Gen.G's top jungle doesn't really do well in the 2v2. You know, if it's jungle support, again, Maokai, Alistair isn't that threatening.
Mega Inferno Bomb comes in as Ruler just wanders past the turret. Duro's making his way and he's got level 6. Satchel is decent, but I don't think it's quite enough as Ruler taken down very low. but they still secure the kill onto the Ziggs. Fans, we just don't want it to get any worse.
That's so mean!
I think they would
don't want it to get any worse.
They want to be stuck further in the past, you know, maybe...
2018.
No, last week.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah, last week would be pretty good, as now Duro's going to get taken. Update the scoreboard! Oh, never mind, you don't have to, well, there's no updates. No updates. Game control if they lose it, right? Canyon's on Maokai, the best at retaking control. As captive audience is going down, you can see the Drake going down low as well. Teleport does come in. There's the Nature's Grasp. As it is the Vi stealing away the Drake. That is something. And now Cuz looking for an angle onto Chovy as well. Dom keeping himself safe. It's a Cloud Soul, and that's pretty cool. But that's also a triple knock-up with the Pulverize. These Gen.G health bars are so low, but there's no one that can actually do damage apart from BDD, who flashes forward and immediately gets smashed back. And Chovy finds the knock-ups as well. The Ahri survives for a while, but eventually goes down, and Dom just doesn't have enough in the tank. The Ruler could have been playing Teemo, and he would also be in a great position in this game.
Okay,
in fact, maybe he should have.
No, not Teemo into Ziggs. Ox, give me a Ziggs check. Yeah, that would work, right?
How's the Teemo matchup? Now going to be taken here by KT. Not a lot of response by Gen.G outside of the outer turret in the top lane, so this is some Ziggs value.
This is what Ziggs is good at, you know, get some gold. They are potentially going to lose their mid-tier 1, though, if Gen.G chooses to throw Herald down there. Tower, honestly, got a long way, so...
This wave is disintegrating to the turret.
The game's not it's not in a good spot, let's be honest, right? Lula has a massive lead over Dom, but I think things could be worse with how some of these fights have been going.
Oh, could be worse. That's what we like to hear.
That's always my angle.
The Rift Herald, which they will now slam down in the mid lane. Shelly going to get a bit of a headache on the mid-outer turret. And Gen.G will be able to even up that turret scoreline as well as, sharp turn there from Canyon, keeping us on our toes.
Super comes out, doesn't end up dying, expected them to be on the top side from that previous play, and it gives the space for Chovy just to push up, take this tower here, so now Gen.G able to equalize in terms of towers.
In the meantime, Canyon's just doing the dragon, and that is just going down slowly but surely, and KT with no real avenue in towards this fight. There's the Drake, they get vision of that as Solar Flare going to be eaten by the Bellows Breath. And now you've got Gen.G just trying to turn this one onto Peter. They should be able to take him down. Force shot will do it. And Duro looking worse for wear, but can they actually get to him? He's well and truly in the field right now, as finally it's Dom that's able to lock it up with the Mega Inferno Bomb. KT going 1-for-1 in the fight, but they lose out on the objective.
Can you do it again, just so I can take some...
I want to take some notes.
Can you do it again so I can take some notes? Quickly, Punisher.
Yeah, please.
We don't have time!
Take it away. Okay, it is going to be Nature's Grasp coming on through. Peter getting caught up as Cuz looking for the angle, but Duro says, no, I'm better at that than you are. As Cuz gets slammed back and taken down. Peter now, Eclipse not going to help him, but in goes Chovy, looks for the angle, catches the flash, and gets on top of Dom. Not going to get knocked up by the last Q, though, but it's a double from Ruler, who immediately Captain Jax and looks for the curtains on to KT. BDD blocking for Dom, the flash out of the way as Keen looks to come in. Deadly Flourish, not going to be able to pick up that kill, but it's only BDD and Dom. This inner turret's going to go down. And it's looking like KT may just be circling the drain here in Game 3.
It's starting to get harder to think that it could be worse, guys. That was the moment right there before that fight. I'm feeling a lot worse about it now, as this is going to be Otacon as well. The gold lead becoming insurmountable. And I think KT are on the verge of being swept by Gen.G. My God, Atlas, no!
It's gone.
Probably pretty true.
Oh,
the steal from Cuz! He is able to actually flash his way out as well. Peter may not be so lucky, but I think Peter for denial of Soul Point could be a good thing.
I don't care, I'm in denial too. You got this, KT, keep it going.
There we go. Love that optimism, but maybe just stick with optimism, nothing starting with E, and then we'll be all right. As Duro, sub 50%, the cow looking a little bit worried, does have the ulti though. Satchel gonna get interrupted so nicely here. Cease and desist comes down, Mega Inferno Bomb just barely catching onto Ruler there. Gets into the back line, and it's the cow down as well, BDD. He's got some charges left on the ultimate, is now Keen. Going down pretty slowly, I have to admit. Ruler puts together the Infinity Edge. Peter rocketing in to help out Perfect.
Cuz is healing off the camps. He's trying to get back into the fight.
Yeah, Cuz is well and truly behind enemy lines as there's the knock-up onto the Crocodile. He's sent skyward, and Canyon is able to brambly smash him to death.
Oh man.
Cuz is actually just counter
Hey,
juggling.
that's the shutdown. They did the thing.
They got the kill, okay.
They did! It's now going to be gained, but I don't know whether information is actually going to help. Good Charm does connect onto Duro looking for that flank angle. As there's the engage onto Perfect. He's taken down so incredibly low, so quickly, and it's Ruler that cuts him up. The Baron was just a bait this entire time. The knock-up doesn't connect onto Cuz though. Cease and desist into the backline, but Chovy's there with the ultimate to follow. And I think these wallets may just be a little hefty for KT to lob at Gen.G. As they just go back towards this Baron as if nothing had happened.
Yeah, I think the chance of stealing that Baron a lot lower now that Cuz is dead.
Also doing it 6 ult.
Yeah, it's not looking super hot here as Gen.G just moved Duro and Keen towards this mid lane, and it's Canyon and Ruler that are there to deal with this Baron. Secured very comfortably here. No.
Clearly you can't get away with
Wait,
anything.
no. I had 2 votes, okay,
And then they chuck it away.
this season.
Also, Atlas.
So they gave me a trial run and I didn't pass.
Atlas, also, let's be real. When I'm
you vote for
beside
on your
you,
trial? What was the problem?
I'm easily influenced. You got like half a vote when I'm right next to you. So that's something.
That's true.
Who did you vote for that after
Area,
votes they took it
Area,
away?
and if it was Bro playing, then it was Morgan. Regardless of the play.
Those are pretty safe bets normally, so...
And he's also handing out a whole bunch of upgraded ones as there's the Nature's Grasp. KT gonna get coaxed away from this inhibitor turret. Now looking for a bit of a fight, but Chovy finds the angle! He gets in and then gets immediately out again. Perfect though, he's able to stay alive. They take down the tree, but down goes the inhibitor turret as well. KT put the phalanx together to try and block. Never mind, it's not enough, he's just too big!
Guys, I was thinking about the decision to have the Ziggs tank the Jin shots, and it seems to have backfired.
I don't think it was a
They
great
had
decision.
flash. They had heal.
He didn't want to flash in case he killed his teammate.
Could have lived. Dogdom, you're too good a teammate.
Oh dear. Well, the train is going to run over 2 of them. The Crocodile, the first one to go down. Cuz now in so much trouble as these 4 shots for Ruler, all of them are just nukes that he can throw at KT. This Jin is absurdly fed. Chovy also puts together his Infinity Edge and makes his way back as, man, this is triple shellacking for Gen.G as they look to close in. The charm comes through. Duro says, yes, you're very charming, BDD, but unfortunately you're not going to win this series. As in goes Cuz, looking for the angle under Ruler. He just cleanses. He's wandering around. He was reloading for a little while longer, and he does get taken out. Now Keen could actually be close to death, but Chovy is having a field day. They took down one threat, but remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2-threat comp, and Chovy's the best player in the world. They will take down KT here as Perfect did have enough time to respawn. I just don't know whether this Crocodile is going to quite be enough. As in comes Canyon, that's the ace, and that is the Nexus going down for the 3rd time in this series, and Gen.G will not be denied.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup at the semifinals of Worlds 2024. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.